Welcome agents to this essential training on preparing for your listing appointments. Successfully securing a listing contract isn't about simply showing up and hoping for the best. It's about thorough preparation that demonstrates your knowledge, experience, and value. Proper preparation gives sellers clear reasons to hire you and invest in your services. It also protects you, your clients, and your commissions by helping you avoid costly mistakes. In this session, we'll cover 18 crucial steps every agent should take before a listing appointment. These steps will help you build instant credibility with sellers, avoid legal pitfalls, position yourself as a value-driven expert, and create a smooth, seamless transaction from listing to closing. Let's dive into the foundational steps that will set you up for long-term success. This first step may sound like a no-brainer, but it's essential. Verify both your own license status and that of your broker. Before taking on a new listing, make sure your California real estate license is active and in good standing. An expired or inactive license can invalidate your agreements and put your commission at risk. This simple step is your first line of defense against legal issues and helps ensure you're always operating in compliance. I've heard of cases where an agent's license was dropped by their broker without their knowledge, so always confirm that both your license and your broker's are current and valid. Once you've made an appointment with a potential seller, the next important step is figuring out exactly who owns the property. This might sound obvious, but it's more than just asking who's living there. You need to make sure the people you're working with are legally allowed to sell it. To do this, look up the official ownership records by checking with the county recorder's office or by using a trusted title search company. If you don't know how to do this, contact your preferred title officer or broker for help. They will guide you. These records will show you who the legal owner or owners are, and sometimes it's not who you'd expect. You'll also want to check if the property is owned by a trust, a business, or more than one person. If there are multiple owners, you'll need to know their marital status too, because that can affect whether they all need to sign off on the sale. Missing this detail could lead to really big problems later, like delays, cancellations, and even lawsuits. Step 3. Gather full details about the property. Don't just take the seller's word. Always double-check the facts yourself. Look into the lot size and boundaries so you know exactly what's being sold. Check the zoning and what the property can legally be used for, since that affects its value and future potential. You should also review the tax records and assessments to understand the property's tax history and current costs. You can find tax and zoning information by pulling title records. You can also check Google, Zillow, and the MLS if it's been listed before. You can see the property in the area by using Google Maps, but I strongly recommend driving by the property, and if possible, chatting with nearby neighbors to learn more about the home and the area. Check the MLS for properties that have sold or are for sale within a 1-mile radius. The more you know before the appointment, the better. Your goal is to understand the property and the area even better than the seller does. Step 4. Look for potential red flags early. Doing a thorough check up front can save you major time, protect your reputation, and help avoid failed deals. If possible, check for any existing liens on the property by asking the seller for a copy of their mortgage coupon or coupons if they have multiple loans, as these will need to be cleared before the closing, and you need to include them in your seller's net sheet. Ask for the HOA phone number, if any, to verify the homeowners association status, including any dues, restrictions, special assessments, or financing issues. Also ask them about any recent remodel or open permits to uncover any unpermitted work or open permits that could pose issues later. Make sure to document everything you find so you can have an open and honest conversation. Keep in mind, some sellers won't share any of this information until they've officially hired you. It's okay to ask, just don't press the issue if they decline or you risk losing the appointment. Step 5. Prepare a comprehensive comparative market analysis, or CMA. This step is essential for creating an accurate pricing strategy. A well-crafted CMA highlights your market expertise and helps sellers understand their property's true value. Be sure to include recent comparable sales, pending and closed listings to give a complete market picture. Since you've already driven by the property and canvassed the neighborhood, now's the time to factor in property condition, location, and any standout features. A strong CMA is one of your most powerful tools for guiding sellers toward the right listing price. Once your research is complete, build the CMA using tools like the MLS Matrix platform and Cloud CMA. Creating a CMA is a whole other training. I will recommend you to watch my full 15-minute tutorial on creating a CMA found in the next chapters of this training. Step 6. Prepare your listing presentation. This is your moment to shine. The perfect chance to show potential sellers why you're the right agent for the job. Your listing presentation should be magnificent and include a powerful marketing strategy tailored specifically to their property, a pricing analysis based on your CMA, the seller's net sheet, including your commission, a clear, confident breakdown of what makes you stand out, and the expected timelines for the selling process so they feel informed and in good hands. A great, powerful, well-structured presentation builds instant trust and dramatically boosts your chances of landing the listing. The marketing presentation, CMA, and seller's net sheet are so important and essential that I couldn't possibly do them justice by trying to explain them here. That's why I highly recommend continuing to the next chapters of this training. Through those chapters, I cover all the bases of the listing process. Gathering all required forms is a crucial step in California. Our state has specific documentation requirements, and it's essential to use current California Association of Realtors forms. You'll need a listing package, which can be found in zip forms. This includes the agency disclosure form, the listing agreement, and other addenda. Familiarize yourself with these documents and their purpose. If you're ever unsure which forms to use, consult your broker. One of the biggest mistakes I see agents make is waiting until they have an appointment to read the listing agreement. I guarantee that if you do this, you will lose the listing. You must read, memorize, internalize, and practice the listing agreement and all addenda today, so by the time you set an appointment, you present yourself as a knowledgeable professional agent. If you're unfamiliar with zip forms or the listing package, I recommend watching my zip form training course, which is available on my training website. Step 8. Let's highlight some essential California listing documents you'll need. The residential listing agreement is your contract with the seller. The agency disclosure outlines the agency relationship. The seller's advisory provides important information and recommendations to the seller. And the real estate transfer disclosure statement is where sellers disclose known property defects. Understanding each document's purpose and ensuring they are properly completed is fundamental to a compliant and successful transaction. All these documents are part of the listing package found in zip forms. Don't forget to enroll in my zip form training challenge for complete training. Thorough preparation is the backbone of a successful listing appointment. Start by confirming the appointment with the seller ahead of time, ensuring clarity and commitment. By this time, you already researched neighborhood trends, comparable sales, and inventory levels so you can speak with authority. This insight helps build credibility and sets a consultative tone. Gather all required documents, including your CMA, listing presentation, disclosure forms, and a blank listing agreement. Review the property details, MLS history, and public records one final time. You don't want to be caught off guard. Dress professionally, as your appearance reflects your brand, and aim to arrive 5 to 10 minutes early to set a calm, punctual impression. Begin with a relaxed walkthrough of the home. Ask thoughtful questions, listen actively, and take clear notes on the seller's motivations, concerns, and expectations. This helps you tailor your recommendations and show that you're genuinely invested. The first step in a listing presentation is establishing the sales price. Before discussing marketing strategies or commission, you must agree on a price, because if you cannot agree on the price, the rest becomes irrelevant. Developing a sound pricing strategy is a collaborative process between you and the seller. It's essential to weigh their goals, whether they prioritize a quick sale or maximizing profit, alongside current market conditions. Be sure to analyze the seller's timeline, as urgency can significantly impact pricing decisions. Understanding local market dynamics, such as supply and demand in the neighborhood, is key. Additionally, consider pricing psychology, how buyers perceive different price points, and how subtle adjustments can affect engagement. Your pricing strategy should be data-driven yet adaptable enough to align with the seller's objectives. Once you've arrived at the right price, you can move forward into marketing. Watch the training on marketing next. Approaching the discussion about commission and terms with confidence is key. Focus on the value you deliver, your market expertise, negotiation skills, comprehensive marketing plan, and transaction management. Highlight your problem-solving abilities and proven results. Clearly outline the listing agreement terms, including duration, commission percentage, and any cancellation clauses. Provide a visual breakdown of how your commission funds marketing, professional services, and your expertise, demonstrating the full value you bring to the table. Becoming a great listing negotiator takes education and practice. The worst mistake you can make is trying to learn everything 1 hour before your appointment. Here's a suggestion. Ask family members if you can practice with them. Do a listing presentation following all the steps mentioned here with as many relatives as possible, and request constructive criticism. Once you have done this a dozen times, you'll be ready for any appointment. Verifying the seller's legal right to sell is paramount. Different ownership situations require specific documentation. Taking a listing from someone without legal authority can waste significant time and expose you to liability. For trust or estate sales, ensure you have the proper trust documents or letters of administration. In divorce situations, confirm that both parties have a written agreement or that court orders grant authority. For business entities, verify corporate resolutions or partnership agreements. Always confirm legal authority before proceeding. It is absolutely critical to verify the occupancy status of a property and understand California's tenant rights. If the property is tenant-occupied, you must be well versed in the specific laws governing tenant notifications, property showings, and lease terminations. California has robust tenant protections, and failure to comply can result in major delays, legal complications, and significant financial penalties. From the outset, advise your sellers of their obligations and the tenant's rights. Never list a property on the MLS without a clearly defined strategy for addressing tenant-related matters. Keep in mind that tenant evictions in California, especially in overcrowded court systems, can take up to a year and cost thousands of dollars. Tenant issues are often among the most complex aspects of a listing, so addressing them proactively is essential for a smooth transaction. If the property is tenant-occupied, always consult your broker to ensure you're taking the proper steps. Ensure all parties have properly signed all documents. Every legal owner must execute the listing agreement and all required disclosures. Verify all signatures are present and correct, and ensure any changes or additions are initialed by all parties involved. Document the receipt of all forms. Improperly executed documents can invalidate your listing agreement, jeopardize your commission, and create legal headaches. This meticulous attention to detail protects everyone involved. Once the listing agreement has been executed, take the time to carefully plan the property preparation process with your sellers. This proactive step lays the groundwork for a successful sale. Help them understand the potential return on investment that even modest improvements can offer. Create a written preparation checklist that outlines key areas of focus. This should include essential repairs such as addressing leaks, damaged fixtures, or worn flooring. Cosmetic enhancements like a fresh coat of paint, updated lighting, or decluttering. And staging considerations to showcase the home's best features. Where possible, provide estimated costs and realistic timelines for each task. Doing so keeps expectations aligned and helps sellers stay on track. A thoughtfully prepared home attracts more qualified buyers and often sells faster, and for a higher price. Your guidance throughout this stage is not just helpful, it's a critical value add that demonstrates your professionalism. Once you've secured the listing, it's time to shift gears and schedule the marketing services that will make your property stand out. In today's highly competitive market, professional marketing materials are no longer optional, they're essential. Coordinate key services such as high-resolution photography, dynamic videography, immersive 3D virtual tours, precise floor plans, and drone footage that captures striking aerial perspectives. These assets not only showcase the property's best features, but also enhance its online visibility across platforms and attract serious, motivated buyers. Don't leave this step to the last minute. Book these services as early as possible to avoid bottlenecks, ensure quality, and keep your timeline on track. Your ability to deliver standout marketing speaks volumes about your professionalism and drives results that sellers will value. Creating a comprehensive marketing timeline is essential for a successful launch. This calendar should outline all activities from the moment you take the listing to closing. Include dates for photography, MLS activation, open houses, social media campaigns, and regular performance reviews. A structured timeline ensures all marketing efforts are coordinated and executed efficiently, maximizing exposure for the property and keeping you on track. If your broker does not have a marketing team, consider hiring a marketing director in Fiverr.com or similar sites. Once the property is listed for sale, ordering a preliminary title report early in the process is a proactive step. This report helps identify potential title issues, verifies the legal description of the property, and confirms the chain of title. Discovering matters such as easements, encroachments, or unreleased liens early provides the opportunity to resolve them before they can derail the transaction. It's a crucial step in ensuring a clear and marketable title for the buyer. Also, don't forget to check whether the property is located in a city that requires a pre-sale inspection. If it is, be sure to order the inspection as soon as possible. Many cities take time to complete the process, and delays here can impact your timeline later. At this point, I want to remind you about my full training, Escrows, the step-by-step guide for listing agents. It goes deep into exactly what to do after taking a listing and opening escrow. Don't forget to watch it next. You've just walked through the 18 essential steps for preparing for a listing appointment in California. From license verification and property research to marketing timelines and document execution, each step plays a vital role in ensuring a smooth, compliant, and successful transaction. This comprehensive checklist is designed to empower you, our agents, to approach every listing with confidence and professionalism. Remember, thorough preparation is the cornerstone of a thriving real estate career. While I'd love to cover every aspect of listing presentation, including the CMA and pricing, the marketing presentation, the seller's net sheet, the commission agreement, and more, it's simply not possible to include everything in just 15 minutes. That's why I encourage you to continue with the next chapters of this training to deepen your knowledge and become a true expert in listing and selling properties. I hope to see you enroll in my next training. In the meantime, I wish you success.